Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Good evening, everyone. Good evening, Indonesian, and Om Swastiastu. Welcome to our Institute Global Professional Free Webinar. Thanks for joining with us in this wonderful moment and stay with us till the end. The Honorable Madam Dr. Sadia Anwar as the first keynote speaker. The Honorable Mr. Homan Memon as the second keynote speaker. The Honorable all of the committees of Institute Global Professional and my beloved ladies and gentlemen. First of all, let us pray and praise to Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala because of His grace and mercy so we can stay and join together, and let us greet and pray to our beloved Prophet Muhammad Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam who had brought us to the path of life. I am Nur Wahida binti Herman from Makassar, South Sulawesi, Indonesia as the host international webinar for today. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know that IGP or Institute of Global Professional is an educational institution program to provide social work. We believe that Institute of Global Professional serve as students and community resource, providing holistic social work and community education for create a profession generation. We provide effective training and consultation generate profession. So, we expect that you are getting a little bit benefit in personal and professional life. Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to share, to tag, comment this page, and please like, share, and subscribe YouTube channel IGP Institute Global Professional because your attachment encourage us to do better and best service to our lovely audience. Well, ladies and gentlemen, you are joining us for the international webinar 221 entitled Personality Traits and Technology Acceptance with two keynote speakers from Pakistan, namely Madam Dr. Sadia Anwar and Mr. Homan Memon. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first keynote speaker is Madam Dr. Sadia Anwar. Let me introduce herself first. Madam Dr. Sadia Anwar is working as an assistant professor at the Institute of Commerce, University of St. Hold a master and PhD degree in organizational behavior from the University of St. She has 14 years of teaching and 8 years of research experience. She used to teach approx 400 graduate students every year. Currently, she is engaged in different national and international research projects related to enhancing the technical skills of employees that got disturbed due to the pandemic. She has organized various seminars and workshops on the demands of organizational behavior. Her has more than 20 research articles and published in national and international journals and conferences. Her area of interest is ethical behavior, organizational citizen behavior, stress attention, and organizational well-being. Nowadays, she is working on emotional intelligence as an essential factor of personality traits. She is also busy providing different workshops in educational institutes like school, colleges, and universities to explore different issues that are generated due to the pandemic, along with the guidance to cope with the situation. So now we invite Madam Dr. Sadia Anwar.
Thank you so very much, Noor Wahida, and I'm really thank you for your kind words, what you have said for me. Thanks for the IGP for introducing us, for giving us a chance so that we can show our work, so show our, share our perceptions, share ideas with you all. Thank you so very much.
Okay.
Uh,
Let's start our program with IGP's Fit Your Skill. Ladies and gentlemen, please give a warm welcome to Madam Dr. Sadia Anwar. Hello, Madam. Good evening.
Good evening.
Yeah, how are you today?
Alhamdulillah. How are you?
Alhamdulillah. Okay, okay, Madam, it's a time for your presentation today, and time is yours to present, Madam. Good luck.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, Assalamu alaikum and good evening, everyone. I hope that we are going to have a very great time today. I'm Dr. Sadi, and we're in front of you, and we are going to discuss today's topic, that is personality traits and technological acceptance. Though the term personality has a different perception. Different people think different things about it. Means different people have different perceptions about personality. The people used to think that if a person is having a good output, they are having a great dressing, that means that person is having a great personality. But it is not like that. Personality is something very different. In today's session, this session is not particularly for only for the professionals, but I hope all over the world, whoever is listening to me, either they are students, either they are parents, either they are teachers, either they are doctors, they are going to learn a lot from all these things. Well, without wastage of time, today we are going to discuss about personality. So first of all, what is particular personality is? Personality is the organized pattern of attitude and behavior that makes them distinctive from other. Now, every person has their own personality. It is not the way they talk, it is not the way they dress up, but it is the pattern, organized pattern of attitudes and behavior, how one is reacting on same situation. Some people used to get annoyed very quickly, some people remain very happy and relaxed. Now, why they are like that? This is because of their personality traits. That's why they are very different. Sometimes we used to think that the people used to get very much stressful. Sometimes the people remain very relaxed in any organization. It doesn't matter either they are whatever they are facing. So coming with this thing, why it is important to know about your personality, what you will gain from this today's webinar. The basic thing, the most important thing which you are going to learn is to identify yourself. The people used to think that we are very much stressed, we are very much depressed, we don't know what we are going to do, and many times they used to ask different personalities why we are in such a big trouble. The big trouble is not because of any of the situation, it is because of their own personality. Because until or unless we are not going to identify our own self, it will be difficult for any of the person to manage the situation. So for the professionals, if you are a professional somewhere, if you are a doctor, you're an engineer, you're a teacher, you are a banker, or you are employed in any of the organization, it doesn't matter. The thing which is matter is you must know what is your personality, because when you come to know that what is your personality, what are the patterns of your personality, you can easily take the decisions in any of the situation. Personality comes from Latin word that is persona, which means mask. The mask is used by Greek actors to act on stage. According to Rickman, personality can be defined as a dynamic and organized set of characteristics possessed by a person that unique influences his or her cognition, motivation, and behaviors in various situations. According to Perwin, personality as an individual way of interacting with each other or the role that is linked and practiced by an individual in society. This personality is a characteristics, organization or temperament, intellect, stable body shape that defines unique adaptation to the environment. If you are brought up in Europe, you are going to deal it like that. If you are brought up in Asian countries, you are going to behave like this. Your characteristics will be like that. If you have your brought up is in some other countries, in the era wherever you belong, it obviously your personality, your characteristics that will adopted by that environment. Personality also refers to the psychological formation of an individual as a whole. Now it depends when when it is very much important being a parent or being a teacher, because teachers are the spiritual parents. So when you move ahead, you teach to your students, it is very much important that, because the mother only gives birth to the kid, what the teachers do, the teachers give them the proper personality. But I think that the most important factor in according to my webinar, it is very much important for those who are working as a teacher, who are working in those as a consultants, or they are managers. They must know about the personality of their employees. They must know, they must realize what type of personality he is and how we are going to deal with them, because personality is a formation, psychological formation as well. If you won't be able to understand the psychology of any other person, obviously you won't be able to understand what the problem other person would be having. Moving ahead, why is your personality important? Why it is important that we must realize that why the things are being going on around us. In this pandemic, most of the people found themselves in a very stress. After the even pandemic, we are having very post effects, we are having very pre effects. The people were very much feared, the people were very much scared. Some people take it very relaxedly, but some people were unable to handle it and they got died because of this. Now what are those factors? Sometimes in the organization, you just work out, you just move ahead early in the morning, and you feel yourself in so much stress. Have you ever thought why you are so much stressed? It's okay, it's a day. You have to attempt your assignments, you have to complete your task, and then you will be back to your home. But some people take it very take them in a very stress, that no, oh my god, what we are going to do. Either we can fulfill the requirements of our job, either we can complete our task. Now what are these are the different types of your personality. Coming with this factor, that understanding personality type can help you to understand your preferences and the preferences of other people, and how or why these might be different. If you are knowing about yourself, if you are knowing about your personality, I can bet you out that you can easily conquer, you can easily got up with the challenges of your life. First of all, just make it yourself that what are your preferences? What do you want? From the very childhood, we don't recommend the personalities to understand themselves. For example, I have seen many times the mothers always telling their children that you have to do this. Why don't you just change your channels? Why just you just ask them that, okay, why what do you want? What are your preferences? Why don't we just give them a choice? Give them the choice. I mean, let them have a choice to select whatever they want. From the very childhood, we never get the choices, we never get the sequences, we never get the challenges, never get this motivations that yes, we can do anything. This may create different problems, this may create different issues among the personality of different people. So first of all, the most important thing is the preference. whatever the preference you would having. If you want to be a good teacher, you can motivate the personalities. Then why it is important that your parents wants to go that you should be an engineer, you should be a doctor, and you are doing this. Just let and speak to your to elder ones, to your guardians, and let them know that what do you want. And obviously on the other side, the children or the upbringer, I mean whosoever is in your family or whosoever around you, let them know by themselves. If you are learning from this webinar, what I will suggest is this, that please the people around you, ask them what are their preferences, why they are here, what are the next choices that they can get, that they can fulfill. Secondly, personality types are useful for recognition how we lead, influence, communicate, collaborate, negotiate business, and manage stress. As I've said before, that if we are having a personality, we are very shy, we are very timid, we are not that much confident that we can speak in front of so many people. So what we are going to do, that is the most important thing. We cannot be the leaders, but that doesn't mean that we cannot lead. We can lead in a many other ways. We can go ahead with the software engineer, we can go ahead with the other communication skills. I mean, it is not important that we should always come in front. We can lead the things be remaining at the back as well. We can get the influences. It is again not important that we get influence from the other personality. For example, if we like someone, we can be like that. No, we cannot be like that. The people around you, your youngsters, your siblings, your brothers and sisters, your parents, let them realize this thing, that you are having your own personality. I'm not asking that you should be very much rigid, that no, you should not be rigid, that I am like this, you should not have that type of a personality. But I think that you must manage yourself, you must identify yourself, that what type of personality you are having, what you want to do, what are the particular core ideas that you want to discuss. When you're going to have these facts and figures, that you can easily collaborate with other personalities, you can maintain your business firms, you can be the best in your organizations. And the most important thing is the managing of stress. Even I have seen that the small baby who is going to the school, the baby of kindergarten, or the babies of class ones or twos, they used to manage the stress. They used to say, okay, we don't want to go to school, and then they try their level best that they don't want to go. But again, they manage themselves, that no, we have to be in the school by playing with their friends and managing their personalities. In the same way, being an employee, if you are getting worried about this thing, how I'm going to manage my job task, how I'm going to fulfill the requirement of my job, this will create a stress. So better to understand what type of personality you are having, and then go for the solutions. There are many ways in which understanding personality type can be applied to the workplace. Personality development helps you develop an impressive personality and makes you understand apart from the rest. Personality development also plays an essential role in improving one's communication skills. It is very much important when someone communicate with you. If your volume, if your personality is up to not up to that mark, you cannot fulfill the requirement. Again, I'm saying, means you cannot give whatever you want to share with you cannot share your ideas, you cannot share your perceptions, because you are yourself not clear with yourself. Means until unless you are unable to understand your own self, you cannot communicate your skills, you cannot communicate your ideas with someone else. For example, you are a marketing manager and you want to share with your audience. First of all, if you are not having that uh, means openness among yourself, you are not creative, you cannot create new ideas, but you have got a post of marketing manager, do you think that you will be able to give, you will be able to communicate your skills accordingly, or you can fulfill the requirement of your job? Obviously it is impossible, because until unless you cannot tell that what type of personality I am. For example, you are timid, you are shy, and you cannot fulfill, means you cannot come in front, how you can go ahead for the comparing, or how can you can host any of the program? There are thousands of the things you can go ahead and you can see around yourself. There are thousands of the examples you can get that how much personality is important to recognize yourself. Even in the choosing your career, the personality plays a very essential role. Again, individual ought to master the art of expressing their thoughts and feeling in the most desired way. When you know about yourself, obviously, then it will become very much easier for you to enjoy yourself, to enjoy your thoughts, you enjoy your feelings while sharing with other personalities. You will love yourself, and then you will love your work as well. If you are a student, if you are feeling that I cannot share my ideas, how you can fulfill the requirement of your assignments, how you are going to present yourself in this competitive era, everything is needs to be shown. Your personality needs to be shown, your ideas need to be shown, you have to be creative, you have to be imaginative. How you can fulfill all these requirements until or unless you are unable to identify yourself, what type of a personality you are. For example, if any of the person, he move ahead and he desire to be a pilot. When you want to be a pilot, there is no need to share your thoughts, there is no need to share your feelings. But on the second hand, if you got a job of a teacher, though you want to be a pilot, but you got a job of any teacher, the most difficult task, the most difficult job is a teaching, because when you are teaching someone, you are not only sharing your thoughts and ideas with those personalities, but you are giving your thoughts and your ideas, you are putting your thoughts and your ideas to someone else. In this way, what happened, that it become very important and essential task. This brings a great responsibility, that whatever, if you want to be a pilot, you can't be pilot by yourself. If you want to be engineer, you can't be engineer by yourself. You need someone as a teacher, you need someone as a guider. Now, if those teachers, if those guiders are not properly, they are unable to share their feeling, their thoughts, whatever they don't, I means whatever the skills they are having. If they are timid, they are shy, they cannot share their feelings. Can you think that you can learn? Not at all. You can never learn those things. Well, to understanding the personality, while after that it's seeking that, it is very much important to know each other, because as I've told before, that if you belong to any of the profession, again, you have to be very much crystal clear that do you belong to that profession, does that profession belongs to your personality. And with due apology, the people don't have the sense, they don't have clear description, they don't properly knowing about this thing, that what the personality is. Even most of the personalities think that this is not the topic of business, this is not a topic of entrepreneurship, this is not topic of organization behaviors. With due respect, when we talk about a business, who runs the business? Obviously, the persons run the business. Without the personalities, without the human being, who is going to run the business? So this terminology, that is personality, that is very important. And according to me, every person should learn how to identify the personality, how to recognize yourself, and how you can, with the help of understanding these traits, these characteristics, these factors, this will help you out to move ahead, and this will help you out to identify the other personalities, to help them out. Even if your friends, they are with you and they are very shy, they are very they feel themselves, don't feel themselves so much confident to talk in front of other people. If you know these personality traits, you can easily help them out, you can easily go with them, do you can easily boost them up, that no, you can do this, you can give them the best solutions, whatever means, in the way they are, or in which, and in any situation if they are facing, you can help them out to move ahead and to recounsel those. Now, coming with this one, traits refer to the whole of nervous system which function as transmitter and receiver, and it leads permanently to adaptation and describes behavior. Now, coming with this one, that if you know that what to which fact trait you are belonging, to which factor you are belonging. You are, in a very simple terminologies, we will say that which type of personality you are having. This is called a trait. Now, this types, these characteristics, these factors are called trait, and they are literally directly they are connected with your nervous system. Whatever you are receiving, whatever you are transmitting, whatever generating in your nervous system, it was coming out. It is coming out, and you are reacting. Now, when you are reacting, this is particularly called your behaviors. According to the Goldberg, there are five dimensions of for personality traits. There through empirical studies that are descriptive models of personality. But in today's session, we are not going to discuss about those models. I'm just going to discuss about the five major dimensions because that is particularly for everyone, because when we move ahead toward the model of the personality, it will become a very lengthy one. Secondly, every person every organization can adopt their own type of models, whatever they feel that can help them out. In 1981, the formation of the Big Five was acquired during the symposium in Honolulu through the consent of major researchers such as Goldberg, Tikimoto, Comrie, and Digman, following the re examination of the existing personality tests that most mirrored the five main common factors among them in different personalities who were in front of them to whom they have done the personality test. What were those five factors? Number one was the openness to experience, extroversion, conscientiousness, neuroticism, and agreeableness. The Big Five is relatively consistent throughout the time. It doesn't matter that so much time has been passed, even though in this current era, in this competitive era, when we judge any of the personality, when we move ahead, when we go for the psychologist or in any of the interview panels, there are some of the personnel who know about these five major factors, and while looking at you they can easily recognize that if this person belongs to the openness to experience, this person belongs to the extroversion, this person belongs to the conscientiousness, this person belongs to the neuroticism and agreeableness, and according to the profession they are going to adopt you. Now I cannot again say that there is any particular trait for any particular profession. Any you can do your job in anywhere. Even in if you come to the education institutes, we are having not only we are having the teachers, we are having administrators, we are having managers, we are having technologists, we are having different means managerial staff, we are having middle managers, we are having lower managers, we are having lower staff. Thousands of personalities are there. Again, it is not important that we are just talking about the managers, we are not talking about the higher personalities. I'm here talking about everyone, even a student of class 1. I'm talking about that child. If you are a mother, go ahead and check him out that what personality your kid is. If you are a teacher, go ahead and check it out which type of students you are going to have, how you can motivate them, how you can bring them and bring their best out from them. Then moving ahead, we can further moving that if you are a doctor, you can easily identify what type of personality your patient is, how easily you can connect with your patient, and how you can manage that patient or make them realize how to do the things or how to deal with them, because sometimes the patients are very much difficult to be handled. And if doctor is knowing that what type of personality my patient is having, he can easily go ahead and he can easily handle whatever the problem his patient is suffering from. Moving ahead with this factor, our first dimension or our first factor that I would like to discuss is the extrovert, and its opposite is introvert. Coming with this one, normally we have been look forward, or normally we have found extroversion personality is a comfortable personalities with comfortable feeling, easy to communicate with the environment, friendly, energetic, and have positive emotions. Apart from that, extroversion also has a passion and is an action oriented individual and often receives the passes opportunities for self satisfaction and likes to speak, stand firm, and also more prominent when in the group. You find many people like this around yourself, that oh my god, what the personality they are having, they are always happy, how they can easily communicate, they are so much friendly, they are so much energetic. You can find these personalities around you in the shape of a leaders. Mostly such type of personalities are leaders because they are very very easy to be handled. They know how, they are very action oriented individuals. They know how to deal with the problems, they know how to deal with their friends, they know how to deal with their the personalities around them. But according to me, if among different professions, if the managers of any of the organization, if the teachers and different personalities, again, thousands of personalities you can see around you, can move ahead with this one. And if you are having the personality of extroversion, you are the best one, no doubt. Everyone is best, but extroversion personalities, you can involve yourself into these when you can easily move ahead with this one. Coming into this, the second part of extroversion, the personalities of extroversions are introverts. Are individuals who have less enthusiasm, are not energetic, and rarely engage in social activities. It doesn't mean that these personalities are not intelligent. These personalities are outstanding. But the most important thing is that they need some push-ups. They don't want to go for the social activities. They want sometimes they want to be alone. They want to be escape from the difficulties. They are having all their intelligence, but they don't want to come in front of the society. Introverting individuals are more silent, difficult to express emotions, meticulous, and less dependent on the social world. In addition, introverts require privacy. I mean, they are very, very, very intelligent. They are very outstanding personalities, but what they particularly want is a privacy. They don't want to express their emotions. It is very much difficult to understand such type of personalities. Now, coming with this one, that if we go ahead with the example of introverts, you can see many times the people around you, the students around you, they are very, very different. Um, they move ahead, they don't want to talk. When you just look at their copies, they are so outstanding. The way they write their paragraphs, they are very great, they are imaginative, they are very creative. Mostly the people like poets, mostly the people like artists, they are mostly introverts. They just don't want to express their emotions in words, although they remain silent. They like their privacies, but they are outstanding. I have seen so many poets, I have seen so many artists around me, and they are remarkable. Then just one thing which makes them at the back, that is that they don't want to face this, that they don't want come in front of the other personalities. They are not involved in social activities. They love their privacies. They want their imagination to build up along with them, and don't want to share themselves with anyone. Moving ahead, the second dimension is the agreeableness. Now, agreeableness dimension again, uh, as would like to say that everything has pros and cons. If you are having advantages, you are having disadvantages as well. If you are having one side, I mean, if you can move ahead, there's always two sides of a coin. You cannot say that we are always having a one dimension. There's always another dimension. Either we want to see it or we don't want to see it. That depends again upon to you all, that either you what side you want to see in the coin. Coming with this factor, agreeableness, the personality who remain to the agreeable relate to in people in a friendly way. They cooperate with others, they are forgiving, they are not rigid, they are very, very kind hearted, they love to be with the family, they agreed, they don't create disputes among themselves, among their family, among their friends. They are very kind hearted, they always move ahead, they are very sympathetic, they are having good nature. So the people with the disagreeable means the second part of agreeableness, or we can say the second dimension of this coin, are the personalities. These are disagreeable. They always go, whatever you are going to say, they will say that no. Even you, they always go for the arguments. Such type of personalities are very difficult to handle, though they are students, even if they are your colleagues, or even they belong to any part, they are there. And it is not like this that they always disagree with you, but they are mostly disagreeable. They don't want that, they don't react according to you, means they don't agree with your statements. They mostly go for the arguments. They go always say no, whatever you are, no to yes. Simple. They are very suspicious and hostile. They never trust. They will always think that might be there will be something else. There could be some other factors which are not decided with, or there could be some other factors that are not been taught up, or someone is hiding something. Assume other people are unreliable. They are having some trust issues. uh, Sometimes we used to say in our business that it is not important that you should agree with everything. So according to that factor, again, it is not important that if you are having the feeling of disagreeable all the time, that means that you are having some negative issues. No, it's not like that. Just come to this point very relaxedly and think. It is not important that we always agree with everyone. It cannot be, because it is not important again that if I am perceiving something, or if I am having some idea, or if I'm generating something, you should agree with those things. It is again coming with this factor that every person has their own perception, every person has their own ideas, with whom they want to discuss, with whom they are very much satisfied. So if you are satisfied whatever you are with whatever you are, and if you are feeling that whatever you are doing is right, is on a right way, then there is no need to get into involve in this thing that you are having some negative effects, or you are facing something, or you are having some negative issues with yourself. Not at all. Coming with this one, in the business, though I used to teach, because whenever I used to teach accounting subjects, I used to tell the student that it is not it is really, you should not, you must not, should be named. You must not go ahead and must not reliable to anyone. You should check the accounts by yourself. You should check the management by yourself. If you belong, if you're having some such type of workings, or you belong to such type of professions which are very much critical, then you must go for the disagreeable dimension of the agreeableness. Means you should hear everyone, but you should not rely on everyone. That okay, if somebody, if your coordinate means, if your employee is saying that sir this thing is like this, or ma'am this thing is like that, you should not say, okay, fine, take it. Okay, whatever you are saying, it's okay. No, you should not do go ahead with this one. Secondly, they believe that people will take advantage of you. This is the most important factor. If you feel it like that, you should polish yourself. You should identify yourself that no, it is not like this. If you are a doctor, if you are having this feeling that everybody takes advantage from you, obviously your profession is like that. The teacher, profession of a teacher, the profession of a researcher, the profession of a scientist. Now these are the professions. Even a profession of a marketing manager, the company is going to take the advantage of your skills, is going to take the advantage of your whatever uh, the talent you are having. So if the organizations are taking the advantages whatever you are having, that doesn't mean that this is the negative point. But if you are feeling such type of a things among yourself, then you must realize yourself, and you should generate yourself, or you compose yourself. Okay, what do you want? What are your perceptions? What are your beliefs? What are your preferences? What particularly you want? If you don't want to trust anyone, this is something very different. But if you're thinking that your beloved ones, like your parents, your sibling, your brother and sister, are selfish and they always take advantage of you, then you must work on this one. In the professional life, it is very much good that if you disagree with the facts and figures. But if in your personal life, in your relationships, you are doing this thing, then you must again uh, change your perception. Moving ahead, for the another factor, that agreeableness is an individual who values cooperation and harmonious atmosphere. In addition, these groups are thoughtful, easy to be friends, generous, helpful, and tolerant. They are also optimistic about human being. In essence, human beings are honest, trustworthy, and courteous. Agreeableness groups are favored by surrounding community. The people who belong to the agreeableness, they are really a lovely personalities and everybody wants to be with them. They don't lead anyone. Mostly these personalities are not found as leaders because leaders used to give commands. But when you move ahead with the personalities as agreeable, they're very, very, very friendly. They come to you. They will talk to you. They will be. They are going to enjoy whatever the perceptions you are having. They will try to understand what are your perceptions, what are your ideas. They will give you some time, and this create to being a friend. I think that we should move ahead, or being a professional, we should give time, or we should give space to the personalities who are around us, in the shape of friends, in the shape of family, in the shape of relations, in the shape of professions, I mean whosoever. So again, coming with this factor that agreeableness, or if this dimension is among you, then you must realize that you are the lovable personalities and everybody loves you. Disagreeable is the type of people who are more concerned with their own interest than the interest of others. Sometimes this shows that such type of personalities are selfish, but particularly they are not. Now, just for a moment, think for yourself that if being a bank manager, I got a task that I have to fulfill this task, I have to complete this task in for a month or for 2 months, I have to achieve these targets. And if I am going with this interest, with my own interest, that okay, I have to complete this target within a due time duration, do you think that I could be called as a selfish? Not at all. When someone is working for their own interest, to complete the targets, to complete the task in the professional life, such type of personalities are not called selfish. They are responsible for whatever the act, or they are responsible for the tasks that are been appointed, they are appointed for, or to fulfill the requirements of their job. So we cannot call them selfish. However, on the other side, if we just move ahead to the other side, in the friendship, in the relations, if someone is just taking care of their own interests, if they are not looking forward whatever the other personalities are want, or what are the wants and needs, desire of other personalities, this create problems. So better, whenever you are identifying yourself, or whenever you want to move ahead with these facts and figures, you must realize that where you are taking the interest. Means if you are saying that this person is a selfish, for a moment think that if this person is acting like this, what are the reasons? We never think what are the backgrounds of the of any of the situation, but just we are so judgmental that we just give the judgments. We always give decisions that, oh, this person is very selfish, he always think for himself. But he we never think that if the person is a teacher, if the person is a bank manager, if a person is having some such type of profession, obviously they have to go ahead with that interest, with their own interest, to complete those tasks. So while you are judging someone, or you are taking some decisions, please take care of these facts and figures. Then these people do not think about others, and they often feel suspicious and hardworking. But mostly these people are from a bit suspicious because they don't want to share their ideas. They don't want to share with their. I mean, they keep, as I said previously, they like introverts. They also want some privacy, that they don't want to come in front of the other personalities. Now, coming with this one, the third dimension is the conscientiousness. How to do more in less time by unlocking the power of the mind. Very, very important point that one has to make up in this one. Conscientiousness. This group is more responsible, organized, structured, and careful in carrying out an assignment. Though they always follow the set schedule. I mean, they are very, very, if you ask some of the personalities around you, you can easily find themselves in your family, in your friends, in your employees, in your professionalisms. These are the personalities around you who always go for the timing. They set their schedules and they never means ask that okay, if I have to reach at any place at this time, I will be there. They are very very responsible for whatever the task that has been oriented to them or that have been given to them. Though conscientious personalities are unreliable and unstructured individuals. Normally, in our society, these such type of personalities are I mean, they are uninvited. Nobody likes such type of person who are very careless, who are very who never takes the thing seriously. They are irresponsible. But we have people around it. Now, why this point is very important at this moment? If you again coming towards according to the profession, if you are a doctor and if you belong to the unconscientious personality, can you think that you can be loyal to your profession? Because this is a very very critical profession around in this society. If you're a policeman and if you are such careful or irresponsible, can you survive? Not at all. Again, coming with this one, that if you're a teacher and the students in front of you, they are very irresponsible. They are very they are very what should I say, that they are not scheduled, they are unstructured individuals. You never know what your student is going to. I say that such personalities are unpredictable. The students are always unpredictable. You cannot go ahead, means you cannot think. Sometimes your siblings are unpredictable. They just go ahead without thinking that whatever we are doing, what are the consequences of those actions. Now, in such situation, person to person, these dimensions, these factors will work out very, very differently. If we just go ahead with the negative thinking that, oh, this is an irresponsible boy or a girl, they don't take any responsibility, we should not say anything to them, this will not help them out in their life. But if you are a teacher, if you are a parent, then you must realize what are the reasons, which factors, which things are giving them this perception that they are getting so irresponsible. Because I tell you that every personality has some story, every personality has some background. You must go ahead. Even in this pandemic, when we were searching a lot around, when we are doing the research, we are finding so many things that are still, I mean, that is so much unpacked. There are so many perceptions, there are so many ideas that need to be researched out, that need to be explored out. Why the people are behaving like this? If somebody is irresponsible, why we always used to say, oh my god, he is such an irresponsible boy, we should not talk to him, we should not give him any responsibility. And these things make them more irresponsible and they lose their power of making themselves as a good one. If you're having such personalities around you, I will really request you all to please take good care of those personalities. They also like to put things unorganized and do not replace the goods they have used in their original place. Also, this individual often ignores the given task. Now, such personalities in our society are very, very normal, and such personalities are disturbed one. They would have some story behind them. If you find such personalities around you, you should give in a special care to them, and you should ask them why they are like that. Give some time to them. Means we usually used to say in our business language that time is a money. And according to me, time is an investment. Because if you are investing your time in any personality, you will find a groomed personality in front of you. But first of all, you have to do some investment. Moving further, what's the opposite of conscientious? Unconscientious personalities are careless, unscrupulous, unconscientious, indifferent, dishonest, immoral, injustice, unjust, untrustworthy, irresponsible. Such personalities, when they grow up, when they become an employee in any of the society, I mean, in any of the organization, or they become part of any of the society, always remember that such personalities create problem by having an unethical behavior. When I was doing my research on ethical behavior, I found so many things, that it is not only the situation which makes you unethical. Sometimes it is your type, because you have been brought up like this. Nobody has told you that these things are not good for you. Nobody has polished you. Nobody has shown you the path that on which you can move ahead. Have you ever thought that why people used to think, why they act so unethically, why the organizations are facing counterproductive behaviors around them, why we are facing so many fraudulence around us, why there are so many amalgamations, there are so many mergers due to the unethical behavior of their employees? Have you ever thought that why Enron has destroyed, why company has been destroyed, why what are the factors behind them? That were the unethical behaviors of an employees. And who were the employees? What were the unethical behavior? They become dishonest, they become untrustworthy, they become irresponsible, because of which many of the multinational organizations face so many things. So from the very core, from the very point, we should be very careful. Either such personalities are found in our siblings, in our kids, in our students, or in anywhere. Try to realize them, try to make them polish, and make them that they can perform much better than this one. If we on the initial stage, we will ask them to stop it, and if we can ask them that yes, you can be different, we can have the best personalities around us. But for this, most important, the parents and the teachers have to work out. Means it is a great need of such things. Secondly, we are having neuroticism. Neuroticism belong this characteristics or this dimension shows the individual tendency to experience negative emotions such as anxiety, anger, and pressure. Now, these things are among them from the very childhood. Sometimes I used to think that if the born baby has been taken up like that while listening shouting or such an atmosphere around them, such personalities get up in these with these negative experiences of emotions. As I've said you, that trait is a psychological bonding. This is means neuron system which is transmitting them, which whatever they are receiving, they are going to give back. The consequences are whatever you are doing, you will get it back. If you are shouting, obviously you will get it back someday. Not today, but after some time period, you will find the personalities like that. Then we are having the second point, that is they also often assume normal situation as a threatening state. This group feels quickly disturbed, quickly experiencing stress. Their mood is fast changing. It's hard to think rationally. It's difficult to decide accurately and to handle stress effectively. Well, I would like to have a 5 minutes break. Thank you so much for your patience. Well, we were discussing about neuroticism. Now, this factor is very different one. Such personalities normally take the situations very threatening one, that, oh my God, what we are going to, as I was saying in my very first slide, that they don't know how to manage their stress. They feel so much scared all the time. They just move ahead with this factor that how we are going to manage the things, how we are going to handle the situations, how we are going to complete our tasks. There are hundred of the questions around them, and I mean, they particularly move ahead and they generate such situations. This group feels quickly disturbed, quickly experiencing stress. Their mood is fast changing. It's hard to think rationally. It's difficult to decide accurately and to handle stress effectively. Now, such type of personalities are majorly found always in a very negative emotions. They are always angry. They are always very aside. They never bring positive thoughts. They always are going to taunt you. Now, such type of personalities, again, as I've said you, that every personality has a story. So if you are moving ahead with these ones, if you are facing such type of personalities around you, you have to be very much conscious. You have to be very you have to take out the points why this person, or why this child, or why this employee, or why this person is doing this, why he is always in stress, why he cannot handle the things. It's better to talk with them. If you are having such friends around you, it's better to counsel them. Do the counseling. Ask them to relax, ask them to take time. You can change the personality if you want. Second one is the steady motion. As I've said you, that every factor has positive and negative effects. If neuroticism is normally called a negative emotion of any of the person, then we can easily say that the steady emotion is one of the person that is a dimension that that deal with the individuals who can control emotionally well, feel calm, emotionally stable, free from negative emotions, and not easily subject to any negative situation. They are the persons who are emotional intelligent. They are the personalities which can use their emotional intelligence. They know how to cover up the things. They know how to handle their stress. They are best in their stress management. They can easily understand how their emotions can be managed and stable. In the pandemic, I found that the doctors, doctor community, the community which belongs to doctors, nurses, medical staff, I really appreciate them. I really had of them that they were the outstanding personalities, because the way they were dealing with the situations, the way they were moving ahead, that they were managing their stress, they were managing the stress of their patients, they were with this society, that was outstanding. They were so much threatened to their lives, even though, but even they were so calm, they were so relaxed, they were away from their own families, but again they were not feeling any negative emotion. They were serving to the society. They were having such a beautiful thought among themselves. They were having such a beautiful perception that one can just realize that yes, one we can serve, we can learn so many things. Along with this one, I have also seen the community of bankers. They were also working like the doctors. They were also participating. They were also going to their jobs. They were present in their organization. The personality who were dealing with the finance, the personalities who are dealing with the stock exchanges. These are the personalities having steady emotion. Now, see, if you know yourself that what emotion you are having or what dimension of personality you are having, you can easily deal with yourself. You can easily go ahead and manage the situation. You can handle the stress that is around you. You can be an emotional intelligent, because sometimes, no doubt, the people take the advantages of your emotions. The people make you emotional fool, then it's better to be intellectual in that regard. You must take care of these things. You must go ahead and you must realize this factor that no, I should be very much uh, keen while using my emotions. I should not be emotional all the time. If I am a teacher, I cannot be emotional all the time. I have to, sometimes I have to take some hard actions against my students because I have to teach them something. And when we used to teach them something, it is not always that love can do everything. Sometimes we have to be bit, not most of the time, but sometimes scolding is much better than love. And this is a part of personality. I'm not saying that all the time you should scold everyone, but sometimes to be hard is better. Better than to be an emotional fool. Everybody should not take you so in such an easy way that, oh, this person is so much easy to handle. I can handle him in a second. No, you should not be like that. You should not be rigid that you feel yourself like this, that everybody is using you, but you should not be easy to be accessed. You have to be very strong in these regards. Then we are having the next one, that is the loveliest one, openness to experience. Sometimes I used to think, what a dimension the God has given to us. Such personalities are very imaginative. They are outstanding. They are very curious, creative, potential thrill seekers. They always go for something new. They are very adventurous. They love the adventures. You can see that the scientists, sometimes the people who have been called as a scientist, the people who have been on K2 or have survived on such mountains, such personalities are openness to experience. Even the doctors, they know how to handle the patients in a different way. The kindergarten teachers, they are very openness to experience. They love to do new experiences. They are very imaginative. They can manage their thing. They can sustain around. They can realize their personalities, and they can put themselves into someone else. The loveliest thing is that means whatever you are thinking, whatever your perceptions are, you can easily put your old perceptions in someone else. However, as I've said that everything has pros and cons, every dimension has positivism and negativism. Coming with these personalities, there are some of the personalities who avoid thrill seeking behaviors. They just love to walk on a line. If you just put a line and they will walk on that one, they don't want to move from that line. They are having their schedules, they are having their conscientiousness, but such personalities are a bit different. They are conservative, they are dogmatic, they are conventional. Now it depends upon you which personality you are. Either you are conventional, either you are just moving from one place to another, from another to another. You are not stuck to one point. You never means if you belong to the less part of the openness to experience, that means you have this problem that you are not a good decision maker. If you are doing this, that if you are unable to take any of the decision of your personality, if you are unable to take any decision of your career, or if your life, then I must say that you need a bit counseling. Counseling in a sense, I don't know why people used to think that counseling means something negative. No, counseling means even if you are talking to your parents, this is a counseling. If you're talking to your friends, this is counseling. So if you are having some conventional thoughts in your mind, it's better to talk to someone who can understand you. You can take help from the psychologist, you can take the help from other personalities, so that you can move ahead with this one. You can identify yourself, what you are particularly. Openness to experience is the factors in the five factor model of human personality, that is attentiveness to inner feelings, active imagination, that is fantasy, preference for variety, intellectual curiosity, aesthetic sensitivity. Do you think that you all are open? You love to do something new in your life? Then I must say that you are properly enjoying your lives. Now, these are some of the factors of openness to experience. Usually, the people are curious, they are very flexible, they are very imaginative, artistic, sensitive, conventional attitudes. Now if these factors which are coming in front of you, if these factors are low, that means you are down to earth, you are very practical, and you are very traditional. If these factors are average, you are practical but willing to consider new ways. These type of personalities are very very nice, because I have seen these personalities among managers. They always go for something new. They never treat their employees in just one way. They love their employees to be treated in a different way. Sometimes what we say in management, we used to teach that X and Y theory. Sometimes they move ahead with the X theory, sometimes they love to have a Y theory, sometimes they move ahead with the Z theory. So such type of personalities need some new. They just go ahead, feel whatever the requirement of my job, whatever the requirement of my employees, and they move ahead in that regard with the high intention, broad interest, and imaginative. Means they are literally, I used to call that these personalities are very high. They have a very great interest. They are very imaginative. They can be the best poets. They can be the best artists. They can be the best scientists. I mean, they can move ahead. They can realize them. They can identify themselves in a very different way. If you are having this dimension, I must say that you are outstanding. Now, these slides move ahead with personality dimensions and their pole traits. Now, first of all, neuroticism. If neuroticism is having a high level in yourself, then you are very sensitive and nervous. And if it is low, you are very secure and confident. Along with this one, the second dimension of extroversion, if it is having a high level, it is outgoing, energetic. But if it is very low level in your body, in your personality, then you are shy and withdraw easily. Openness to experience. If it is high in your personality, you are very inventive and curious. But if it is low in your personality, you are very cautious and conservative. Agreeableness. If it is high in your personality, you are very friendly and compassionate. But if it is low, you're very competitive and outspoken. Now, look at this factor. You are very competitive and you are outspoken. You cannot give anyone chance to compete you. Now, over here, I would like to say many times people used to ask me, we want to be successful, we want to be number one. I would like to say that it's not easy to be number one. It's never easy to be successful, because number one always remain alone. He has to be very competent. He cannot let anybody to take their space. So if you want to be successful, you have to understand yourself first of all, and then you can move ahead. Then we are having conscientiousness, that is efficient, organized, easygoing, careless. If it is having a high level, you are very efficient and organized. But oh my God, if you're low, then you must realize that it's very easygoing and careless, and mind people can take the negative advantages of your personality. So, if you want to be a successful person, if you want to identify yourself, you must realize these terms and factors. The importance of personality trait. Each individual has a difference in terms of interest, behavior, response to the environment, and so on. This can be seen through different personality traits in each other. The personality traits, forecasting or adjustment of career, interest, tendency, and approach in self development lessons and interventions can be done in a way that is appropriate to an individual. Coming with these factors, that if we move ahead and explore these parts, or if we explore these points, it means that if you know yourself, you can easily identify what is your career, then there is no need for the career counseling. Even you can give the career counseling to the other personalities, to your family, to your friends, to your relations. But if you're not knowing about your own self, how you can move ahead, how you can help other personalities, how you can help the people around you, We live in such a societies where we need each other. The society develops when one person helps the other person. So it is important that you must realize that what type of a personality you are having and how you can be in the society. What what advantages or what are disadvantages or what positivism of any trait you are having or what negativism of trait you are having. If you realizes yourself, it will become an easiest part to manage yourself, because in the community in which we are having a great competition around us. All the time we are running, we are having different competitions around us, and to survive in this competitive era, it is very very important that at least you must know who you are. Knowledge about personality can help teachers, educators, counselors, and parents guide other individuals toward harmony and well being. In this pandemic, what I found is this, that the people were helping the other personalities, and this was the loveliest factor which I could ever found. We got involved very much in the technology, because the next point is the technology acceptance, which my co-speaker is going to talk about, that is technology acceptance. So we get so much involved in that one that we've lost this counselings, we lost this harmony, we lost this well-being. We became very much rigid to our own gadgets. So we are going to discuss that thing, but the personality traits plays an important role in finding appropriate approaches and interventions that develop individual self-development in life. If you look around ourselves, we are finding every next person is becoming ill. Every the second person is facing some very very different diseases that we have never heard before. The cancer, AIDS, heart diseases have become such a normal one. Have you ever thought why? Because we have lost ourselves in the interventions. We have lost that, how we can manage ourselves, how we can be in the society, how we can move ahead in the best way. We have lost that, the thinking, the approach, that what do we want. We have just become machines, and we're just working and working and working, and we have lost ourselves. So better to identify yourself, to find yourself, who you are particularly. Hence, personality related studies need to be continued in all aspects of life. Even as I was saying, as I'm saying, that if you're a scientist, even if you're a doctor, you're an engineer, you're a professional, you're a student, you're a researcher, you need to grow up with these factors, that what personality you belong. If you want the people like you must become genuinely interested in other people. You must smile, because this is the loveliest cure you can give to anyone around you. We want the people around us to be a good listener. I have found lots of people around us who just speak up. They never think that what they want, what other person wants to speak. They are not the good listener. So this is a humble request to all my audience, that please try to be a good listener. At least give some time to your audience, to your friends, to your family, to your relations. Encourage other to talk about themselves. Means one should not be self-centered, that if I am speaking and speaking and speaking, one should be very much uh, down to earth and encourage the other personalities and ask them what are their problems. In our society after the pandemic, these problems are have been raised so drastically that we don't need anyone else to bring some cure, to bring some remedies, to bring some solutions. We can handle the things by ourselves, but the thing is that we should know what particularly we want. The second point of our presentation is technology and personality, technology acceptance. Though I want to just connect it out that how personality has been associated with the technology in various ways. In general, it appears that the personality dimensions over characterized as extroversion, introversion, that is related to many aspects of human computer interactions. People use of the internet or technology has been specifically investigated in relation to this concept. that personalities have a different impact on the technology. For instance, Hamburger and Ben showed that the extroversion and neuroticism might be sometimes emotional stability dimensions are related to use of different internet services in a different ways. They are different dimensions. One thing that has been used by one person, it is not important that always it has been used in the advantageous way. Sometimes such technologies can hurt you. Sometimes such technologies can be harmful for you. For example, if the research has diagnosed it, this is not my perception, but this is a research that for men, extroversion was positively related to social use, while neuroticism was negatively found among the men gender related to use of information services. For women, however, extroversion was negatively related to social use, while neuroticism was positively related to social use. Now, different perceptions are there, different personalities. If they are men, they are react very differently. If they are women, they react very differently. The people around you, they are so different and unpredictable that you never know how to deal with such personalities. Now, the factors that in anyone's personality have has to be discussed are thinking, attention, assertion, brain power, productivity, effect of social networking and behavior, effect of anonymity, and escapism. Always remember from the very beginning, I'm just telling you out that every coin has two dimensions, every coin has two faces, head and tail. If you just move ahead, that if you're finding that technology is something very good, no doubt it is. Nobody has invented anything to harm the society, but it is the way how personality react to it. Being a researcher, being a scholar, I thought that in this webinar I should describe this thing, that if the people around you are facing any such type of a problem because of the technology, then you must take care of this one. Now, this webinar is very general because I'm not targeting any one population. I'm not talking to the students. I'm not talking to the particular profession, either risk teachers. I mean, I don't know my audience. There are so many people around me. They are teachers, they are scholars, they are researchers, they are professionals. So, for everyone, I'm just asking you to just this in the society in which we are living, you should take care of those ones. Discussing about the very first factor that affect the personality traits for technology acceptance are that thinking, the capacity to reflect, reason, and draw conclusion based on our experiences, knowledge, and insight makes us human. It has enabled us to communicate, create, build advanced, and become civilized. All new technologies are shaping the way we think. Value and cost of these advancements in terms of how it influences any person's ability to think. Technology can be both helpful as well as harmful. As I've said you, the way you are thinking, the way you are taking the things, the way you are taking these technologies, you can bring anything in these technologies. You can bring your WhatsApp, you can bring your Facebook, Instagram, you can bring your any particular app that you want to use. Now it wholly solely depends upon your own thinking, that how you can use it. Either you can use it in a positive way, either you can use it in a negative way. But if somebody is using it in a negative way, you should be very much careful. The point which I want to raise over here is that either someone in your life, or around you, how their personalities are, if you're knowing that this person belongs to this personality trait, he might be taking this technology into this way, either the positive one, either into the negative one. It depends on the way how different persons having different personality traits react towards it. Technology is actually wiring the brain in ways that were very different from the previous generation. In our previous generation, it was very much easy for us to identify any of the personality. But with the passage of time, to be in this competitive era, we are making everything so much complicated, and all those complications are being adopted by our personality. Always remember this thing. It is not only the technology that is you are working on, but it is a way that is making you to adopt. Because as I have explained in my previous slides, that personality means the adoption. Whatever you are having in your environment, either internal, either external, it will be effective. It will affect whatever you are doing. See? Moving ahead, reading books in previous precious era encourage our brains to be focused and imaginative. Though, in contrast, the rise of recent technology has strengthened our ability to scan information rapidly, effectively, and efficiently. Though we have stopped imaginative. Whatever we want to do, we just click it out on the Google and we found everything ready. We never go ahead, we never focus, we have stopped thinking, we have stopped our imagination. Effects of technology on different persons are found complicated with both benefits and cost. Technology helps or hurt depends on the specifically use of frequency of technology. Either you are using that technology for the advantage or for the help to anyone else, that is again. And if you are using this technology to harm someone in an unethical way, then you must realize. And with the help of the personality traits, if you are knowing about someone, some any of the person, if you are doing some new friendship with someone, if you know that person, the personality trait that either this person belongs to the steady emotion or this person belongs to the neuroticism dimension, this person can hurt you or this person can help you. Now, wholly solely depends upon the factor. It is very important, according to me. I think that every person should get some training to identify the personalities, because if you identify any of the personality, it will obviously, on the other side, help you out to figure out that how the technology has been used. Either the person is going to harm you or the person can help you. Second one is the attention. Attention is the gateway to thinking. If you're attentive, if you're listening this webinar, you can get a lots of things. But if you are not attentive, you won't be getting anything from this one. These would be just the words in front of you. Your personality would not be getting any positive effects from this webinar. Without it, other aspects of thinking can't be occur. In past generation, the person spent lots of their time in reading, which offered few distractions and required intense and sustained attention, imagination, and memory. The people used to read the books, they just imagine whatever the imaginations that have been written in the books, in these stories, and they make them very much attentive towards whatever the words are there. They hate that any type of distraction. When the people, when they used to read in our past generation, they never liked the distraction that anybody can disturb them. They used to say that we are in the library and we are reading, we don't want any distraction, because they want to be attentive and get involved in the era or whatever they are reading. The advent of television altered that attention by offering visual stimuli, fragmented attention, and little need for the attention. The first means invention of television has just created a small destruction. But with the passage of time, as the time passed, new technologies were invented that thrust people into vastly different environment, that generated high level of distraction, due to which consistent attention was impossible. Imagination became unnecessary and memory is inhabited. Now, if we want to remember anything, we just put alarms on our mobile gadgets. We just want to memorize something, we just put some files in our USBs or in our gadgets. We have stopped paying attention. We are losing ourselves. Again, if we are not having anything in our own hearts, in our own minds, if it is in any gadget, it is not secured. You- Anybody can just easily thief it. Means it can take it from you all. Second one is the assertion. New technologies ultimately reduce the deep thinking that leads to true creativity. Hyperlinks and overstimulations means that the brain must give most of its attention to short-term decisions. You have made the hyperlinks, you have used the technology. Now you don't. There is no need to much attention. Now everything is going to do. Your gadget is going to perform. You don't have to be attentive. You don't have to give much time to this one. Vast availability of information on World Wide Web overwhelms the brain and hurts long-term memory. Previously, the people used to have long-term memory. They just memorize everything. But just look around yourself. Sometimes we used to forget what we have eaten yesterday. And this is what things have been doing with us. As I've said, everything has pros and cons. Everything has advantages and disadvantages. I'm not saying that don't use the technology. What I'm saying is that every excess of everything is getting worse. What we need at this moment is to identify, is to explore ourselves, what we are, why we want this. Availability of stimuli leads to a large cognitive load which make it difficult to remember anything. The technology has developed impatience among the personalities, which has reduced their level of gratification and work toward longer term rewards. Everybody is just running, as I've said before, we have become machines. We are just working and working and working. We have lost ourselves. We have lost the patience. We have lost what we were. We have lost the gratitude. We have lost the importance of the love we are having in our families. We have lost whatever the things that were making our society. So if you are having the technology around you, this is my humble request to you all. Please give some time to people around you. They are very precious. The technology will be boosted up. The new technology will take place of previous one. Firstly, we were having just television. Now we are having laptops. Now we are having PCs. We are having tabs, new modified mobile phones. We are having lots of gadgets which are replacing, but nobody can replace the family members you are having at this moment. So whatever you are doing, just keep it in your mind that your personality should be interacted with this one. Brain power. Technology helped to the middle and old age persons to boost their brain power. No doubt, as I've said you, that sometimes the things are having advantages and sometimes the things are having disadvantages. Coming with this one, the major advantage that technology has given us, that they have helped the people like us, the researchers, because we cannot memorize all the thousands of research papers and articles. So we can save them and we can use the technology to keep it secure. Again, productivity. One of the most widely debated effect of social networking has been its influence on productivity. In many places, the employers are not allowed to use many social networks because the employees believe that such networks may create distraction and unfocus on the site. Again, as I've said you, that if you know your employees, if you know the personality of your employees, you can easily move ahead and you can easily identify them, that what type of rules and regulations you can set, what article of association you can move ahead with you in your organization. So coming with this one, in many places, employees are being asked not to use any social networks, just because with this factor that they need to be totally attentive and focused towards their work. Now again, if you want to use it as the productivity, there are thousands of the websites, there are thousands of the happening. Even this is technology that I'm talking to you from Pakistan, and I'm feeling so happy that my voice is all everywhere. Whoever wants to learn anything and whoever wants to discuss anything, they can easily know me and they can easily discuss these things. Now this is one very productive way of technology. But on the other side, it again, that if we want some time or some type of attentiveness, we don't want any type of distraction, then we have to be very very conscious and we should use the technology in very, very different way. Effects of social networking and behaviors. Social networking could be potentially harmful for the person. It can destroy their privacy. The new technologies have also made people self centered, self satisfied, and risk averse. Means you're just using your gadgets and you have become self centered. You never know what the other people are doing. You just means measure the risk around you and you move ahead. You just divert yourself from any type of risk. You have stopped learning because you have stopped experiencing something new. You know everything, every answer is there on the technology, so sometimes you just get very relaxed that we will get every answer from the Google and in return different websites are available there. No doubt those websites are there to help you, but majorly in the students I have found this thing that they just move ahead and they rely on those technologies. So this is a very, very um, simple advice to the students as well, that those websites or those technologies are just there to help you out. They are not there that you should do any unethical activity. Though many people around us now these are some negative approaches of the technology that you must be take care, you should take care of these things, like effect of anonymity. Interaction on different technological apps mostly does not involve physical interactions with another person and therefore easily leads to a person feeling free to act differently online, as well as unrestrained incivility and minimization of authority, etc. People who are socially anxious are more likely to use electronic communication as their only mean of communication. I mean, if you are finding any person who don't want to be social, like extroversion personalities, introverts, simply we can say that the personalities who are introverts, they don't want to be social, so they move ahead with the anonymity. Nobody knows who is messaging, nobody knows who is there, who nobody knows who is on the other side to whom we are talking. We find so many problems in the shape of bullying, cybercrime, etc. Now, I request over here, I'm requesting to the guardians, I'm requesting to the parents, I'm requesting to the teachers that they should inform their children, they should inform their students, they should explore these things. They should give this sense that because of the pandemic, you can say that every young baby, means even so many young babies, I'm looking forward that they are using such type of gadgets. They are not knowing what are the harmful effects of these gadgets on their personality. If you are giving them the gadgets and they are becoming self-centered, they they don't want to play physically. I have seen so many people, I've seen so many children that they don't want to go out, they don't want to be physical out, they are just they have limited themselves into indoor games. So if they are doing so, please go ahead, talk to them, make them physical, play with them, ask them, involve them in some physical activities like gym, etc., wherever you can take them. The last factor is the escapism. Now, these personalities moves ahead with the personalities of introverts, disagreeable, neuroticism, unconscious, I mean, conscientiousness. These are such type of personalities which found themselves, or we can say that the technology has given them escape from any everything. Escapism means ease to access the technology has lead to increase in the escapism in which users use any technological app as an escape from the perceived unpleasant or banal aspect of daily or real life. They just keep themselves, they just hide themselves from the realities, and they just move ahead into the technology and they lost themselves. Sometimes I have seen so many personalities because I'm an assistant professor and I've found so many students around me. They just don't know what they want particularly. They ask me for the career counseling. I just look at them and says that in such age we used to play outside. In such ages we used to roam here and there. And we used to learn so many things. And they are sitting in one place having their gadgets in their hands, the technological apps in their hand, and they are just want to escape from the reality of life which cannot be changed. So being a best part of the society, it's again a humble request to please um handle such persons, please help them out to be to not to escape with the realities of their life, and to be strong and to face such situations. An investigation explored that how these personality traits were related to feelings of loneliness due to internet use. It has supported as the notion that personality predicts internet use are the major causes people to experience loneliness. Mean when they are with their gadgets, they feel that they are very happy, they are having so many friends, but in reality, they are the most lonely personalities. They really need help. So, according to my perception, what I request from all of you, that being a part of this society, because the society are being made by the human beings, by the persons, by the personalities. So whatever your personality is, or whatever the personality of your friends, your children, your students are, or your employees are, try to help them out. Make this world as the happiest place. We are really missing all those things because of all the technology has become a part of our life. This is very normal thing. But my request is that please use this technology up to the mark. Don't go beyond. With excess of everything is bad. So please make it very much normal. Create it in a very beautiful way and enjoy your life. Life is a precious gift of God. Please look after it. Well, thank you so very much from my side. And now I request.
Wow, that's excellent presentation today, Name. Thank you so
Thank
much for your excellent presentation and giving us your valuable time because you have done to share your knowledge.
thank you so much.
Ladies and gentlemen, after her speech, please thanksgiving of her speech and presentation. That's excellent. Now, ladies and gentlemen, for the second keynote speaker is Mr. Homan Memon. Let me introduce himself first. Mr. Herman Memon is an assistant registered at the Isra University St. Hold an M.Com, MBA and MPhil degree in Human Resource Management from the University of St. He is also certified from Uptake for the Diploma in Software Management, Higher Diploma in Software Engineering, and Advanced Diploma in Software Engineering. An advanced diploma in software engineering also. Currently, he is engaged in different national and international research projects to enhance the skills of different public and private employees. His work is highly appreciated through awards in national and international conferences. He has organized a various seminar and workshop based on recent research software like SPSS, PLS, and R. So today we invite Mr. Homan Memon. Please give a warm welcome to Mr. Homan Memon. Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Good evening. Hello, sir.
Hello, sir. I can hear you, sir. I
Good
can hear.
evening. Yeah. How are you today, sir?
Hello, sir Human. We can't hear you. We can't hear you.
We can't hear you.
Sir Homan, we can't hear you, sir. Hello. Hello. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hello, sir. Can you hear me? I can't hear your voice.
Hello, Sir Homan. I think, Sir, rejoin. Sir, rejoin, please. Let's check.
Hello, sir. I'm sorry, sir, but I still can't hear you.
No, sir, we can't hear you. We can hear you. Okay, let me check in another way. Uh, Ma'am Sadia, please unmute yourself. Hello, hello, Sir Homan. Can you hear me? Sir, we can hear you. We don't know. We can hear you. Hello. So there is a setting. So I think you have to do something in setting. Like you have to, yeah, you have to change your microphone setting first. Then you can use your headset. Yeah, we can hear you, sir. No, sir, we can hear you. No, no, sir, we can hear you. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hello, sir. Mr. Common Lemon. Can you hear me?
Sir, in your laptop, change your. You have to change your setting first. Like click on the sound tab. Click on the sound tab down at the upper bar. You can check. You have to set speaker USB. In the trial, it was well. prepared. But right now, I don't know why we are facing these types of problems. Hello, sir. Homan, are you there? Can you hear us? Hello, sir. Hello, sir. Sir,
Hello,
can you
sir.
hear me? Still, we can't hear you, sir. Still, we can't hear you. Sir,
Hello,
please
Mr.
try.
Homan.
Sir, please try without headset. Try again, sir, without headset. Sir, we can't hear you.
Hello, Mr. Homan. Can you hear me?
He can hear us, but we are not able to hear him. Hello, sir. Sir, we can hear you. No, sir, we can hear you. Okay, then what do we have to do? We have to move forward. Okay. Okay, then we'll move for the quiz competition. Nothing to do.
Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, okay, don't forget to share, take channel, this page, and please like, share, and subscribe YouTube channel, Institute Global Professional. For the next session, we are open quiz competition. And then I will guide you to read some quiz and I will give you information who is a winner later. Okay, let's join the quiz. Join at slido.com. Code, there is a code. You can see the code IGPQP quiz, IGP quiz, and a link in the comment box. We will pick your name from quiz or Slido, so join with your full name, which will directly print on certificates. Top 10 will be awarded with a quiz completion certificate. After quiz, we will have a Q&A, question and answer. So let's join at slido.com. IGP quiz. We will pick up your name from quiz or slider, so join with your full name, which will directly print on certificate. Top 10 will be awarded with a quiz completion certificates. So let's join at slido.com IGP quiz.
So, sir,
Hello.
yes, I think
Hello.
now you are back
Oh,
again.
sir, Mr. Homan. There you are.
Okay. Now I shall share my screen.
Yes, 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 yes,
Okay.
yes.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Sure, sure, sure.
Yeah.
Dear learners, we are back again with our speakers, Sir Homan. So after his presentation, we will move for quiz competition.
Yes. Okay, we will start our presentation from Mr. Homan Memon. Okay, please give a warm welcome to Mr. Homan Memon. So, okay, it's time to see your present, sir. Good luck.
Sir, open your PPT now. At the bottom part, I can see that your PPT logo. So click on that at the bottom part, or you can minimize this screen. No, no, sir. Exit full screen first. At the bottom part, or you can minimize the screen. You can minimize this. No, sir. Exit full screen. Sir, exit full screen.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
At the bottom, but yet, yes, yes. Make it presentation mode. No, sir. No, no, no. Make it presentation mode, sir.
Okay. Is it visible now?
Not in presentation mode, sir. Yes. Move to the next slide, sir. Move to the next slide. Sir, please don't change or don't. Sir, make it presentation mode first. Click
Is this?
F5 on your click F5 on your keyboard.
Is it visible now?
Sir, visible but not in presentation mode. Yes, right now is in presentation mode. Sir, move to
Okay.
the
Okay.
next
Oh,
slide. Move to.
okay.
No, again,
Okay.
again changed, sir. Again changed.
Now
Yes,
check. Now
now
check.
is it okay? Yes. Okay,
Shall I
sir. Please
start?
continue. Sure, sir.
Assalamu alaikum. The topic today I am going to present is technology acceptance. Hello.
It's working. It's working.
The
Please continue.
topic the topic today I am going to present is the technology acceptance. So what the technology acceptance is, in the new era everybody is using the technology for the promotions, for the encouragement, and for the studies, for the businesses, and many more, wherever they are using. So first of all, it is the adaptation process and a system that is claimed to be due to different variables by the user of new technology. So it is a complete process and a system that is claimed in different variables by the different users to use new technology. It occurs when user intends to use or use the technology a favorable reception of technology that develops an intention to adopt it. Now, basically, everybody needs some time to adopt the technology, to accept the technology. So, accepting technology as a useful and practical tool for doing social, personal, and professional works. So, nowadays, everybody is using the new technology for doing their social, personal, and now even the professional work is in the professional work, everybody is using the technology. So adopting and accepting to use as a particular technology means in different areas, different domains, different technologies are used by the different peoples in different domains. Users' willingness, attitudes, and perceptions towards using a particular technology continuously. So every user are willingly adopt the technology according to their attitude, to their perceptions, and using particular technology continuously in their domains, in their areas of studies, in research, in hospitals, in different areas. The positive feeling about the utility of technology in our daily life. The main thing is that positive feeling should come after the utilization of the technology in our daily life. But nowadays people are adopting the negative feelings also for using the technology in our daily lives. So the likelihood of consumer accepting a new fringe technology acceptance is an interdisciplinary domain which employs psychology and information systems field of study to investigate users' attitudes towards new technology. So, technology acceptance is a multi-dimensional domain which employs psychologically and information systems field of the study to investigate users' attitudes towards new technology, because they are accepting the new technologies. So now acceptance is defined as a dislike to the term refusal and means the positive decision to use an innovation. So acceptance basically is a dislike to term refusal and means the positive decisions to use an innovation to new ideas, new creativity. Decision makers need to know the issues that influence on user decisions to use a particular system, so they would like be able to take them into account during the development phase. It is common question of both practitioners and researchers in both areas, practitioners and researchers, that why people accept new technologies. So if the peoples are accepting the new technologies, the question arises why. Technology acceptance model and theories have been applied in a wide variety of domains to understand and to predict users. So technology acceptance models and theories, different models have been applied in the wide variety and in different domains to understand and to predict users' behavior, such as voting, dieting, family planning, donating blood, women's occupational orientation, breast cancer examination, choice of transport mode, turnover, using birth control pills, education, consumers' purchase behaviors, and computer usage. So these all are the domains where the technology and users' behaviors are used, are monitored by the technology, or in some such in different fields. Several research in the field of technology acceptance developed frameworks to assess the usage of particular developed and implemented technology. A number of models and frameworks have been developed to explain users' adoption of new technologies, and these models introduce factors that can affect the user acceptance, such as technology acceptance models. Means there are different technology acceptance models are developed, different frameworks are developed to assess the usage of a particular developed and implemented technology. Number of models, a number of models, different frameworks, adoption of new technologies, and introduce factors that affect the user acceptance in such technology acceptance models. The Technology Acceptance Model (TAM) is a theoretical framework which explains user acceptance of technology. In essence, this model explains the actual use of technology is influenced by three core constructs. Means the basic technology acceptance models is construct on three basic core models, core ideas, core constructs: perceived ease of use of technology, perceived usefulness of a technology to support task execution, and behavioral intentions to use the technology. These three constructs are mainly where in the which the technology acceptance model is being constructed. Moreover, perceived ease of use influence. perceived usefulness, and both perceptual construct influence behavioral intentions. Also, behavioral intentions is involved in the technology acceptance model. Here is a pictorial representation of technology acceptance model that shows that how technology acceptance models is working. It stands for external factors. What are the external factors that affect the technology acceptance models? Ease of use of technology connected with the external factors, that how ease of use of technology is being provided, that easily everybody can use the technology. Usefulness of technology, how technology is usefulness in the field, in the domain where it is used. Task execution, that how easily the every task is going to be executed in the after adopting the technology in the field. Behavioral intention, what are the behaviors which are observed by the technology acceptance. And actual system use, and what is the actual system which we are using after this technology acceptance model. With the passage of time, several technology acceptance model extensions and unifying frameworks. With the passage of time, different eras, different time after consumption, technology extensions and unifying frameworks were developed during the past decades. TAM 2, Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology. These extensions added independent variables as well as mediators, moderators to increase the model explanatory powers. For example, a meta analysis revealed that a user perception that most people who are important to him, her, think he, she should or should not use the technology, referred to as subjective norms, influences perceived usefulness, behavioral intentions, and actual system use. The recent proliferation of information technology designed to develop, support, or enhance an individual professional task performance has made the investigation of technology acceptance increasingly challenging and significant. In the recent era, the information technology designed to support and enhance individual professional tasks, that means the individuals are performing the professional task, has made the investigation of technology acceptance become an challenging and very significant. The use of information technology has expanded in many areas that can be broadly categorized by applications and targeted users, driven by service improvement, market competitiveness, enhancement of bottom line survival. Business organizations have invested heavily in IT, information technology, and are likely to continue doing so. In the near future, examples of prevalent or highly publicized IT applications for business included in technology enabled process reengineering, open systems, electronic data interchange, and more recently, internet based electronic commerce, which is now adopted in this era. In the meantime, various IT applications designed to support or enhance individual task performance. Different applications are designed to support and enhance the individual task performance, that everybody is using the technology for their individual task performance, and services that within for profit and for non-profit professional organizations have also proliferated rapidly. This phenomenon, the fast growing acquisition and implementation of innovative IT applications for individuals professionals, has demanded effective technology management from adopting organization with which professional individuals are affiliated. Technology acceptance model postulates that the use of an information system is determined by the behavioral intention. Means behavioral intention is determined with this information system, but on the other hand, that behavioral intention is determined by the personal attitude towards the use of the system and also by his perception of its utility. According to Davis, the attitude of an individual is not only the factor that determines his use of a system, means it is not an independent or individual factor which is determined, but it is also based on the impact which it may have on his performance. Example, if an employee does not welcome an information system, probability that he will use it is high if he perceives that the system will improve his performance at work. Original technology acceptance model proposed by Fred Davis. This is produced in 1989, that perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use connected with intention to use and usage behavior. This is the first modified version of technology acceptance models from Davis Begozzi Varsha in 1989. That this is the modification, that external variables with perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use towards attitude towards using and behavioral intention and actual system of use. The main finding in this is both perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use were found to have a direct influence on behavioral intention, thus eliminating the need for attitude construct. TM2. Venkatesh and Davis developed TM2 by adding social influences, subjective norms, voluntaries and images, and cognitive instrumental process, job relevance, output quality, result demonstrability, and perceived ease of use to adoption of an information technology. This was used the construct of a subjective norm to capture social influences. TM2 suggested that in mandatory context, subjective norm has a direct effect on intention through the mechanism of compliance. If any individual perceives that an important social actor has the ability to punish non-behavior or reward behavior, the social influence of compliance effect will occur. In voluntary contexts, social influences can influence intention indirectly through the mechanism of internationalization and identification. Internalization refers to the process when an individual incorporates the important reference belief into his or her belief structure. Identification means that an individual can gain a membership in a social group or achieve a higher status with the group by performing a behavior. TAM2 theories that there are four cognitive instrumental determinants of perceived usefulness, like job relevance, output quality, result demonstrability, and perceived ease of use. TM2 retain perceived ease of use from TM as a direct determinant of perceived usefulness. This is the pictorial representation of TM2 model. Subjective norms. Person's perceptions that most people who are important to him think he should or should not perform the behavior in a question. Image. The degree to which use of an innovation is perceived to enhance one's status in one's social system. Job relevance. Individual's perception regarding the degree to which the targeted system is relevant to his or her job. Output quality. The degree to which an individual believes that the system performs his or her tasks well. Result demonstrability, tangibility of the result of using the innovation. Experience, voluntaries, the extent to which potential adopters perceive the adoption decision to be non-mandatory. So this is the TM2 pictorial representation which was adopted from the TAM2 model. UTAUT, Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology. The UATAUT aims to explain users' intentions to use an information system IS and subsequent user usage behavior. The theory holds that four key constructs: performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, and facilitating conditions are direct determinants of use intention and behavior. This is the pictorial representation of UTAUT, Unified Theory of Acceptance and Use of Technology. Performance expectancy, effort expectancy, social influence, facilitating conditions are related to the behavioral intentions and use behavior. And the other factors like gender, age, experience, and voluntaries are affecting these factors. Theory of planned behavior. The theory of planned behavior assumes that individuals are rational decision makers. individuals access perceived behavior control using a method similar to the expectancy value model. For each in a set of control belief, individuals multiply the belief's strength by perceived power of control factor. The concept was proposed by the Isaac Edson to improve on the predictive power of the theory of reasoned action by including perceived behavioral control. It is one of the most predictive persuasion theory. It has been applied to studies of the relations among belief, attitudes, behaviors, behavioral intentions, and behaviors in a various fields such as advertising, public relations, advertising campaigns, and healthcare. The theory states that attitudes towards behavior, subjective norm, and perceived behavioral control together shape as an individual behavior intentions and behaviors. This is the pictorial representation of theory of plain behavior that behavioral beliefs, normative beliefs, control beliefs, attitude towards the behavior, subjective norms, perceived behavioral controls relates to the control beliefs and perceived behavioral controls. These are interconnected with each other. This is the summary of evaluation from J. Boehm informed in 2009 that first of all, technology acceptance model, then it was modified in TAM2 model, technology acceptance model 2, and then unified theory of acceptance and use of technology acceptance UTAUT, and theory of planned behavior was adopted or modified in different aspects. How technology acceptance by different professions like fashion designer use the different technologies in these in his domain or in his field. Accountant is using his own softwares of accounts to manage to enhance in the technology. Architect is also using the new technologies for designing of the maps, and writers and editors are also using the new technology. Physical therapist also use the technology, and animal groomer is also using the technology. So this is the technology acceptance by different professionals. There are some examples. There's a how we conclude that personality traits are related with the technology acceptance. So the conclusion is made that personality is a consistent, stable, and conventional relationship of individual with his internal and external environment, and is interrelated with all of the personal characteristics. Alport defined personality as a dynamic organization within the individual of those psychological systems that determine his characteristic behavior and thoughts. Personality development is influenced by several factors, including heredity, social environment, family, geographical and physical conditions, etc. Personality affects the whole life of an individual as a set of characteristics that differentiate him from the others. Hence, it can be argued that personality traits are significant factor which cause different perceptions or responses against the similar instances. In a similar vein, we propose that personality traits may influence the attitudes, intentions, and behaviors of individuals, technology acceptance, and usage. So, as we have discussed previously, that according to Lewis Goldberg proposed a five-dimension personality model, widely accepted and nicknamed the Big Five. As Dr. Sadia has discussed, the Big Five factors are openness, conscientiousness, extroversion, agreeableness, and neuroticism. So, the first dimension, openness to experience, delineates the tendency to be imaginative, independent, and interested in variety versus practical conforming and interested in routine. The second dimension, conscientiousness, explains the tendency to be organized, careful, and disciplined versus disorganized, careless, and impulsive. Third dimension is named as extroversion, the tendency to be sociable, fun-loving, and affection affectionate versus retiring, somber, and reserved. Fourth dimension is named as agreeableness, the tendency to be soft-hearted, trusting, and helpful versus ruthless, suspicious, and uncooperative. The fifth dimension is named as neuroticism, the tendency to be calm, secure, and self-satisfied versus anxious, insecure, and self-pitying. Researchers use different models to understand individual behavior, to accept and use technology. Among other, Fishbein and Esgen's 1975 theory of reasoned action (TRA) was proposed. Halls in 1979 give the concerned base adoption model (CBAM). Rogers in 1983 gives innovation diffusion theory (IDT). Technology acceptance model (TAM) given by Edgen in 1991. Theory of planned behavior (TPB), tasked technology fit model, and unified theory of acceptance and use of technology are particularly important theory since they are widely used in various contexts. Theories developed to examine the reasons and patterns of individual behaviors concerning new technologies are mostly stemmed from the field of psychology. Based on these models, technology acceptance model come into prominence as a model that is used to explain different dimensions of technology acceptance. In 2013, grounding on Fishbens and Esgens in 1975, theory of reasoned actions (TRA). Davis 1986 developed the TAM model in order to explain computer usage behavior of individuals. TAM is the most influential and widely used model for technology acceptance. This model proposed that perceived usefulness (PU) and perceived ease of use (PEOU) determine the behavioral intention to use (BITU) of an individual to accept and use a technology. Perceived usefulness is determined as the degree to which a person believes that using a particular system would enhance his or her job performance. Perceived ease of use is defined as the degree to which a person believes that using a particular system would be free from effort. Several researchers use these two components of models, the effectiveness and proficiency of TAM, in order to measure the intentions to use a technology is tested and verified in several studies concerning various topics including internet usage, email, distant learning system, online shopping, internet banking, microprocessors, commercial softwares, management information systems, and intranets. As TAM is increasingly used in various fields, its interaction with other personal characteristics is also probed. Based on above discussion, we conclude that there is a significant impact of personality traits on technology acceptance. So there are many research, many articles on this topic and these models. We are summarizing in a shortest way because of the short of time. So you can go for the further research and further study by through the Google. So thank you.
Wow, that's a nice presentation today, sir. Thank you so much for your excellent presentation and giving
Welcome.
us your valuable time because you have done to share your knowledge.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, after his speech, please thanksgiving of his speech and presentation. That's excellent. Now, don't forget to share, take, comment this page, and please like, share, and subscribe YouTube channel Institute Global Professional. For the next sessions, we are open quiz competition. Then I will guide you to read some quiz and I will give you some information who is the winner later. So now let's join at slido.com IGP quiz. We will pick up your name from the quiz or slider, so join with your full name, which will directly print on certificates. First, what is relatively stable set of characteristics that influence an individual's behavior? A. Personality. B. Attitude. Second, okay. The answer is personality. Oh, the personality traits plays an important role in performance or behavior. Okay, you have time 9, 8, 7, 6, 2, 1. So the answer is behavior. Mediation is responsible for providing relaxations, well-being, A and B, or none. And the answer is A and B, relaxation and well-being. That is the complex of mental characteristics that makes each of us unique from other people, heredity or personality. And the answer is personality. People high in the trait of are more easily conditioned with emotional stimuli, neuroticism, agreeableness. So the answer is neuroticism. Oh, the first bit. Eric has little experience with iPhones. Now sees his boss using a new iPhone. Which factor of technology acceptance models could you apply to Eric? Social influence or facilitation? And the answer is social influence. The next quiz. TAM stands for Technology Adoption Model or Technology Acceptance Model. The answer is Technology Acceptance Model. The first step of change of human behavior mostly is acceptation or rejection. The answer is The next quiz, based on technology acceptance model from Davis, Begazzi et al. Show, fill in the correct answer for attitude toward using or actual system use. The answer is attitude toward using. And the last is, what are the two key principles of thumb? Perceived usefulness and perceived facility, or perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use? And the answer is perceived usefulness and perceived ease of use. Okay, congratulations for John Paul B. De Luna for as the first winner. Congratulations, quiz competition winners, top 10. The first is John Paul B. De Luna. The second is Dennis. Yeah, you can see the top 10 who is winners. Dennis, Gunto Serso, okay,
Ma'am,
congratulations for all the winners from the quiz
audible?
competition. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the next session is we open Q&A, question and answer sessions.
Hello,
So,
hello, 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 ma'am. Can you
yes,
hear me?
yes,
Okay, it's almost late. It's 8. It's almost late. So today, now we are moving for certification process right now. Today we don't have any Q&A because it's almost
oh,
late. It's almost late. So directly we'll
okay,
move for certification process. So before that, I would like to thanks our today's speaker, Ma'am Sadia Anwar and Sir Homan Mamun for their experience and knowledge to share with us. And definitely, uh, this session is very helpful for our learners that can implement on their daily life as well. This is my expectation. So now you can continue with the next process, which is certification process.
okay. This is our certifications process. www.eduigp.com. Okay, please note daily our certificate detail. Lifetime membership certificate only one in every session. Quiz completion certificates only top 10 in every session. And free international webinar certificates for all active participants. Uh, and then there is no relation between quiz completion certificate and international webinar certificates and webinar series certificates. Quiz certificates for top 10 quiz competition winners, international webinar certificate for all active participants. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, there is announcements. We have a free international webinar daily, time fixed 6 p.m. Double bonus with regular webinar. Along with our regular webinars, we have also added webinars on every weekend. Sunday morning, month of October. October morning session dates October 24 until and October 31 at 9:30 a.m. We also have a triple bonus. Starting from October, we have a webinar series program. You will get individual certificate for each webinar, and after submitting all certificates, you will receive a webinar series certificate. Highly focused teaching strategies, research, assessment pedagogy, tools and techniques, professional development, communication skill. Our first webinar series program is 5 parts webinar series. Its topic is authentic assessment in teaching and learning. For the first part is October, 1st October, and the second part is 4th October. The third part is 7th October. Fourth part 10th October, and the last part or fifth part is on 26th October. Our second webinar series program, there are 4 parts webinar series, and the topic is Teaching English as an Foreign Language and Assessment. For the first part, 2nd October, the second part, 6th October, third part, 20th October, fourth part, 24th October. Our third webinar series program, there are 5 parts webinar series, and the topic is Digital Classroom Engagement Tools. For the first part, 11 October, second part, 12 October, third part, 13 October, fourth part, 14 October, and the last part, 15 October. Our fourth webinar series program, there are 5 parts webinar series with the topic, The New Trends in Education, where the first part is 1st November, the second part 7th November, the third part 12th November, fourth part 20th November, the last part at 28th November. Our fifth webinar series program, 5 parts webinar series with the topic Organizational Leadership and Managerial Skills. For the first part, 8th November, the second part, 15th November, the third part, 22 November, the fourth part, 25 November, and the fifth part, 30 November. Our sixth webinar series program with the topic Trends and Innovation in Mathematics Education. You can see the first part in 12 December, second part 13 December, third part 14 December, fourth part 15 December, and fifth part 16th December. Webinar series certificates. For webinar series certificate, you have to must attend all the part of series. Today's certificate process, you can see www.eduigp.com certification process step by step. Without an account on our website you can visit, but you can do anything functional. You can join our all live programs from Facebook page, Facebook group, YouTube channel, and website. If anyone missed any program due to some unavoidable issues, still you can attend previous webinars with verified certificates. Step 1. Today's certification process www.eduagp.com October 18th October. Today's program name is Personality Traits and Technology Acceptance. You can see the certification link here, https://eduigp.com for its personality traits and technology acceptance. This certification link now available in comment box and pinned comment. Certification link will be available ways in this program post. Facebook page, Facebook group, YouTube, description. Certification process. There are two ways that you can claim your certificate. First, direct link from comment box, pin comment, post description, or the second step is if you are not able to click this link, please directly browse www.eduigp.com for all information together. Find today's program, then the process are same. Step 3. Browse www.eduigp.com or given link you will redirect in this page of our website. If you are new, create your account. If you have an account, then log in directly. After that, find the seminar title and get enrolled. But you can't do anything functionally. Step 4. Please not screenshot or take a note. With Court, you can claim your certificates anytime. Today's program name is Personality Traits and Technology Acceptance. With the code IGP 7271. Without code, no one is eligible for certificates. Step 5. With code, click Get Your Certificate IGP 7271. With the name is Personality Traits and Technology Acceptance. So you can get your certificate. And then, like this, you can see there is the sixth step. Your certificate is now ready. Anyone can verify your certificate. Remember, without an account on our website, you can visit, but you can't do anything functionally. www.eduigp.com. Our free international webinar certificate is auto-downloadable in PDF file. You don't need to download it manually. Dear participant, if any problem raised to claim your certificates or any other issues, please don't be hesitate to contact us. Our core team members are always ready in comment section to support you to find solutions. IGP Community Facilitating Officials, www.eduigp.com, Facebook page, IGP Community Facilitating Officials, there is Karis Abiju Chabiras and Janet Cablo. Facebook group, IGP Community Facilitating Official, there is Serlin Yamaguchi, Jonas Malingin, Alonso Werin Chariaga. For YouTube channel, IGP Community Facilitating Officials, Kelvin Linetot, Joel Denote, and Jeffrey Sayak. Upcoming webinar for 19 October, Institute of Global Professionals, Subconscious Mind and Success, with the keynote speakers from Philippines and India, Aben Garland and Samir Narat. Upcoming webinars, 20th October, Teaching English as a Foreign Language and Assessment. From Indonesia, Dr. Selvi Panggua and Dr. Labiran Roni. Twenty-first, 21 October, 20, there is an upcoming webinar for every part. Stress management amidst pandemic. From Philippines. Inspiration and motivation to learn new skill from Croatia and Russia. 21st century teaching and learning from Indonesia. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, the time is over. Hopefully, we can learn something new and we can implement for this life. Okay, please leave a review or like this page and please share and subscribe YouTube channel Institute of Global Professional. If you learned something from this webinar, and please share the information with your friends. Thank you so much for your attention. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.